All right, what is going on, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. We've got a full 15-game MLB slate. We're going to cover every game. Going to give you my 7 best bets. It's going to be a good day. Happy Jackie Robinson Day, by the way. What an awesome day in baseball. All right, so let's talk about yesterday. Let's recap. So we went 4-2, up 1.81 units. Good day. Frustrating. The 2 losses were frustrating. The Nerfy, it is what it is. We don't play a lot of Nerfies. I like those 2 spots. Didn't pan out. The Yankees and KC over 8.5. My favorite play of the day and brutal. Yankees hit 4 solo home runs, so that stunk. And then the Royals managed 2 hits. 2 hits by one person. Bobby Witt Jr. had 2 hits. The rest of the team, not a single hit. So that one was super frustrating. I'll be honest, that one cost me a decent amount of coin in some parlays I had put together. Even had some alt numbers on that didn't hit. So very frustrating there. But all in all, a very, very good day. We had Rays money line. That was absurd. Freest cash ever. Tanner Houck got destroyed. Absolutely demolished. It was crazy. Mookie Betts, 2+ bases. Home run first AB. That was a quick cash. Sweat free. Dylan Cease under 6.5 Ks. This didn't look good. This looked terrible. He had 5 Ks through 3. I thought there's no way this is cashing, but it did. So we got out of that one. And Dodgers raced to 5. They ended at 5. So we cashed 4 and we lost 2. So good day. All right, let's get into this slate of games. Really like the bets today. I definitely see some angles. If you guys haven't yet, join the Discord. I'm going to be posting probably some more plays in there today. I do see some angles on some negative correlation plays. I'm going to be looking at several things today, but this looks like a good day to make some money. All right, first game on the card, Mariners and the Reds. We see the Mariners definitely favorites in this one. Luis Castillo on the bump going up against Nick Lodolo. I don't agree with this. Full transparency, I'm a Reds fan. So is there a little bias? Potentially. But just looking at the numbers, we look at Seattle versus left-handers. Over the last 2 weeks, hitting 190, WRC plus of 86. But if we just look at the last 7 days, they've been terrible. They have a sub 100 average, a WRC plus of 19, a strikeout rate of 43% to a walk rate of 7%. Now, mind you, these are 2 teams. These are 2 of the top striking out teams. So we should see some strikeouts tonight. But even with runners in scoring position, Mariners are dead last, hitting 148 over the last 30 days. Over the last 2 weeks, 161. Over the last week, 163. They've just been bad, and they're not giving Castillo much run support. They're giving him 1.33 runs a game of run support. That said, he's 1-1, but he's going to be making his first away start of the year. So I don't love this spot whatsoever for the Mariners. Give me Reds first 5. I'm willing to isolate the fact that the Reds can get 1 or 2 runs in the first 5 innings, and I think that'll be enough. I think Lodolo's going to have a pretty nice day. On the season, he's 2-1 with a .96 ERA. He struggled a little bit with control. That said, he's not walking anybody. He's got a 1.4% walk rate. It's just more finding his breaking pitches. So I think he's going to have a really nice day today. So give me the first 5. If we just look at the batting splits, I mean, he's given up a 214 average to lefties. This lineup's predominantly right-handed. He's doing very well against righties, 1.70. Castillo's thing, obviously he was a Red, so coming back to pitch at the stadium, he is very familiar with, so there's that. But hitting advantage towards the Reds, hitting 294 over the last 2 weeks, actually best in baseball against righties, WRC plus of 134. Over the last 7 days, those numbers go down a little bit, but it's been pretty cold where they've been playing, but they've still managed to win. So, runners in scoring position, they're hitting well. 275, 7th best in baseball over the last 30 days. Over the last week, hitting 289. So this is a red spot for me. But Sam Maul was just placed on the injured list, retroactive to a couple of days ago, and that's a key lefty for the Reds. So I just want to take first 5 innings. Give me Lodolo versus Castillo here, and let's isolate. So that's where I'm at there. In terms of the weather, wind's going to be blowing out at about 13 miles an hour. It's going to be about 50 degrees, mid-humidity, mid-pressure. So if you want to take the over 8.5, I don't mind it. it's just two teams that strike out a ton, but there's no way in hell I'm taking an under with the wind blowing out a ton in a ballpark that's very hitter friendly. So, like I said, Reds first 5 or the over. The only two ways I see that being played. Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Yeah, it's Connor Gillespie going up against Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly has not had a good start to his season. It has been pretty poor. He's pitched 15 innings. He's only had 7 Ks. He's got an ERA of 7.2, an expected ERA of 7.6. Going up against Connor Gillespie, not a bad start. He's 0-1, but he's got a 3.86 ERA. This is a sneaky fish spot to me. And if we look over the last week of hitting, the Marlins have been hot. They're hitting 295 versus righties. That's second best in baseball. That said, D-backs are hitting 269. That's fifth. Now, where the Marlins have a big advantage is runners in scoring position. They're hitting 328 over the past week with runners in scoring position. D-backs are hitting 152, one of the worst in baseball. So what the D-backs have done when Merrill Kelly's pitching is they've given him run support. He's getting 6 runs a game. So the fact that he's not 3-0 and 2-1 is kind of scary. But Fisher giving Gillespie run support. He's getting 4 runs a game. I just don't like the mix on Kelly. He's giving up a 263 average to lefties, 227 to righties. Gillespie much better. Merrill Kelly's hard hit percentage is through the roof. Average exit velo of almost 92. Hard hit percentage of 47%. I just don't like this spot. So give me the Marlins first 5 plus a half a run at minus 115 as one of my best bets. So Fish at home. Not going to fade it. D-backs are 3-3 on the road. Fisher 6-4 at home. Both teams are on a 2-game winning streak. Both teams are 5-5 in their last 10. It's a good spot to play the Fish today. All right, let's go on to the next game here. Nats and the Pirates. Oh, I jumped ahead a little bit, but that's fine. Nats and the Pirates. Jake Urban going up against Mitch Keller. Paul Skeens' day went pretty well. One play I ended up taking yesterday was Pirates race to 4. That was pretty sweat free. So that was a nice win there in that game. I also had the over 7. So two spots that hit there. Going to be about 75% humidity and low pressure. So we're going to see some good carry. The only issue is it's going to be cold. It's going to be about 45 degrees. Wind's going to be blowing out at almost 15 miles an hour. So we should see some runs in this. 8.5 is a little rich for me with Mitch Keller at home. We did see him have a really good home start last time, but pitch splits just doesn't really pan out for him, and I can't get behind this Pirates offense. So it would be Nats or pass to me. This is a game I'm highly likely to fade. I don't know if I can get behind Jake Urban with a 5.63 ERA and expected ERA of 8.17. Yeah, over, but with the cold weather, I don't know if I can necessarily trust it. The one thing the Pirates have been doing really well is runners in scoring position. Over the last week, they're absolutely crushing it with runners in scoring position. They're actually number 1 in the MLB with runners in scoring position. It's just, can they get runners in scoring position? But when they do, highly efficient. They're number 1 over the last 30 days, number 1 over the last 14 days, number 1 over the last week. So if they can get runners in scoring position, they can do it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Pirates minus 135. I'm kind of waffling. I have no interest in playing this game, but I mean, minus 135 with the Pirates at home. I don't know, man. 174 average over the last week. I just got to see another game. Good game yesterday. That's great. All that's baked into these stats. I mean, they put up a ton of runs yesterday, still only hitting 174 over the last week. So, pass for me. That is an absolute pass for me. Giants and the Phillies. We've got Justin Verlander going up against Jesus Luzardo. Now, Verlander on the road hasn't been horrible. Verlander at home has been awful. Do I trust Verlander after this start to his season? No way. He's got a 6.92 ERA. He is 0-0, giving up an opponent average of 286. Expected ERA at 3.94. He's K'ing 26% of the people, which is fine, but he's also walking 10%. There's going to be wind blowing out basically from third base to first base with maybe just slightly blowing out, mid humidity and low pressure. So we should see some decent carry today. It's going to be 56 degrees, so not terrible. Wind's going to be about 16 miles an hour, so it is going to be whipping. Don't trust this Giants offense against lefties. We were on the Giants yesterday. I gave them out as part of our 3-leg parlay, which hit yesterday on the video. But yeah, lefties, whole different story in my opinion. They're only hitting 174 over the past week. They're hitting 183 over the past 2 weeks. They're definitely vulnerable. K rates go up. Everything goes up. Phillies, to me, yeah, a little bit of struggle bus, but man, I can't think of a better pitcher to get right than Verlander. Verlander giving up a 270 average to lefties, 308 to righties. This is a perfect spot for the Phillies. The way I'm going to play this, though, is give me the Phillies race to 4. I'm not taking the Phillies at minus 155. We can take the race to 4 on DraftKings for plus money. So that is going to be my official play, just trusting that the Giants aren't going to be able to rock Luzardo, and the Phillies should be able to get to Verlander. This is a beautiful get-right spot for a Phillies team that really needs it. Yesterday was actually their first home loss, so they're still 5-1 at home. But they're 5-5 in their last 10, whereas the Giants are kind of rolling a little bit. 7-2 away, 7-3 in their last 10. But I can't get behind Verlander. There's a huge pitching matchup towards Philly in this spot. All right, Guardians and the Orioles. Oof. Logan Allen, the Fade King, going up against Charlie Morton, the Fade King. Just 2 Fade Kings. I mean, over. I love this. Give me the over 8.5. I think there's going to be runs galore. These are just 2 terrible pitchers. Logan Allen giving up a 429 average versus lefties. This Baltimore team is loaded with talented lefties. 276 to righties. Charlie Morton, 308 to lefties, 310 to righties. A hard hit percentage of 63%. 63% hard hit percentage and 95 exit velo average. It's insane. So just give me runs. There should be an abundance of runs in this game. I don't know who wins. I don't know. It's playing home run derby. We're going to have a 16, 17 mile an hour wind blowing out to right field. It's going to be 57 degrees, mid humidity, low pressure. So carry should be up. This game's going to be ugly, but in a beautiful way, I hope. So over 8.5, favorite bet of the day. All right, next game. So we've got Red Sox and the Rays. Walker Buehler going up against Ryan Pepio. This is an interesting one. I like fading Buehler. I've faded him every game to start the season. It's been highly profitable. But after that beatdown yesterday, I don't know. I mean, that's just one where that's a beatdown of epic proportions. So I kind of want to go back and take the Red Sox here at plus 114, but I just don't think I can get behind it. When we look at the pitch mix for Buehler, it's terrible. Rays are 5th hitting the fastball. He throws that 42% of the time. They're 2nd hitting the slider, which he throws 15% of the time. They're 5th hitting the curveball. He throws that 11% of the time. They're 8th hitting the changeup. He throws that 9% of the time. The only thing they're not good in, they're a bottom 6 team against hitting the cutter, which he throws about a quarter of the time. That's the only angle where you think Walker Buehler might find some success. Flip it around to Pepio. The Red Sox are bottom 5 in every pitch he throws except the slider. So I can't find an angle to get behind the Red Sox here. They're not hitting well. Over the last week, they're struggling. They're hitting 223 with a WRC plus of 56. We look at the Rays, best hitting team in baseball over the last 7 days, hitting 308, WRC plus of 160, only K'ing at 22%, walking at 8%, which is great. They're runners in scoring position, hitting 328 over the past week, hitting 295 over the past 2 weeks. My only issue is Red Sox do give Buehler a lot of run support, almost 7 runs a game when he's pitching. Pepio, not so much. He's only getting about 3 runs per game. That's a tough one. I mean, Pepio's giving it up against righties and lefties. His average is not good. 260 to lefties, 270 to righties. Hard hit percentage is fairly low, but Buehler's hard hit percentage is fairly low. Bullpen advantage to the Rays. I mean, it's Rays or pass. The fact we're getting Rays at minus 135 feels weird. Yeah, I'm just going to stay off of this game. Over 9 looks pretty appealing. We've got a 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. It's going to be 76 degrees, mid humidity, mid pressure. I could get down with the over 9, I think is probably how I would go about playing this. But yeah, it's probably a fade. I don't know. Probably a fade for me, but everything points to the Rays. But at some point, that's going to come to an end, right? I mean, at home, they're 7-5. Where they're struggling is away. They haven't won an away game yet, but they've been really good at home. Red Sox are 4-6 away. So, and they're struggling against winning teams. They're 2-6 against teams with a winning percentage above 500. So it's Rays or pass, or the over, or take Rays and the over. Rays team total over. A couple options there. You could isolate Bueller and Pepio and go first 5 minus a half. There's just a fishy spot there. I'm just gonna have to look into that a little bit more before I feel comfortable placing a bet in that one. All right, let's get to the Yankees. Royals and the Yankees. So we've got Michael Wacha going up against Max Fried. This feels like a really weird line, in my opinion. I got to find the game first. All right. I don't know what I'm botching here. But anyway, we got the Yankees minus 198. I don't know if I can get down with that. I mean, Royals have been interesting team. Now, we have seen this several times last year where these sticks just went absolutely cold on the road. So it could be the case today. It's going to be 57 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. Home runs are going to be up. Anytime home runs are up, it's a Yankee spot. Like, they're a home run hitting team. Splits for Wacha look terrible. Yankees are 4th hitting the fastball. He throws that 48% of the time. They're number 1 hitting the cutter, which he throws 11% of the time. They're 6th hitting the changeup, which he throws a ton of changeup. So between his changeup, cutter, and fastball, all of which Yankees are top 6 hitting, that makes up about 85% of his pitches. So it's a terrible spot here. Going up against Max Fried, I like the Yankees first 5 minus half a run. It's only minus 140. So in terms of value, there's not much I can get behind. Maybe a Yankees race to X would be a decent bet. I think they're able to do pretty well. If we look at the Royals versus left-handed hitters, terrible. Or left-handed pitching, absolutely terrible over the last week. They're hitting 111 with the WRC plus of negative 38. So they're basically 138% worse than the average team, K'ing at a ridiculously high rate of 45%. They haven't walked. So probably a very limited sample size of lefties they've faced over the past week, but not getting it done with runners in scoring position. They're hitting 143 over the past week, 200 over the past 2 weeks. That said, Yankees, they're getting it done off the long ball. They're only hitting 200 runners in scoring position, but Max Fried should have a day today. It's just hard to find value in this one. Yankees run line, I wouldn't be opposed to it at minus 104. I think there's value, especially when we isolate Fried and Wacha. They didn't use – I was a little surprised with the arms the Yankees used last night, so that does make me a little bit nervous, but everyone should be available. So Yankees run line, I would lean towards Yankees team total over, but it's 5.5, so I'm not going to touch that. Yankees first 5 minus a half at minus 140. So those are a couple options there. But I don't see this being a Kansas City spot whatsoever. All right, Braves and the Blue Jays. This one. I don't know what happened to the Blue Jays, but the Braves just absolutely showed up, which is interesting because Ozuna got sent back to Atlanta with having some type of issues. So I thought, okay, this is even better for the Blue Jays. And the Braves just hit early and often. So today we've got Schwellenbach going up against Gaussman. It's a Brave spot. The fact we're getting the Braves at this number is concerning. That almost tells me I want to take the Blue Jays, but Gaussman at home, not a guy I can get behind. Pitch splits for Schwellenbach aren't great. Toronto is hitting pretty good against almost all of his pitches, but I trust Schwellenbach to get the job done. So it's Braves or pass for me. I just don't know if I can get behind their offense. I'm just not in a spot where I can trust it. So this is a fade game for me, but if you're going to take it, I don't think there's really an angle to take Toronto. You got to trust that the Braves are going to hit again. That's where I'm at with that one. All right, Athletics and the White Sox. Jeffrey Springs going up against Sean Burke. Burke, 6.08 ERA, expected ERA of 9.01. Jeffrey Springs, 4.2 ERA. Pitch mix looks good here. White Sox, not so great at hitting lefties. They've been better over the past week, but still hitting right around 200. Do I trust the A's in Chicago? Not really. It's going to be 50. The wind's going to be blowing out. Jeffrey Springs is a fly ball pitcher to the utmost degree. 67% of his outs come via the fly ball. So wind blowing out, over under of 8.5. I would lean towards the over 8.5. I just don't trust either of these teams. So fade spot for me. I don't see an angle to get to the White Sox here. Burke giving up a 333 average to righties, doing okay to lefties. Yeah, it's fade spot for me. I'm not paying this price for an A's team, so the only value is taking the over or the White Sox, but complete pass in my opinion. All right, next game. This one, I don't understand this line whatsoever. Tigers do an absolute beatdown on the Brewers behind Skubal. So now you got the 1-2 punch of Skubal and Flaherty going up against Quinn Priester. Priester, ERA of 1.80. He pitched against the Rockies and somehow had a day. He shouldn't have, but he did. This guy just throws fastballs. 75% of his pitches are just a fastball. And then he throws a slider 13% of the time, throws a curveball and a changeup every once in a while. It's not even close. Give me the Tigers money line at minus 120, whatever. Yeah, minus 120 on Caesars. I mean, that's awesome. I think I got it at 122 or something like that on FanDuel, but beautiful spot. Flaherty is the better pitcher. My only concern here is the hitting. Tigers hitting has been a little rough, but so has the Brewers. There's just no angle I can get behind here where it says the Brewers they have a massive starting pitching advantage for Detroit. They have a massive bullpen advantage. Brewers bullpen's been terrible. Yeah, this is a perfect spot to take Detroit. So Detroit, one of my favorite plays today, money line. All right, next game. Mets and the Twins. So we've got Tyler McGill going up against Meatball McGill going up against Bailey Ober. Ober, it's got a 7 ERA. Expected ERA of 6, going up against McGill, who's got an ERA of 0.63. He's had a beautiful start to the season. Fastball's been moving a ton. Velo looks great. I just like the way he's pitching. Going up against the Twins, who struggle hitting the fastball, and that's McGill's number one pitch. They're 28th against the fastball so far this season. Twins struggling with the sticks. They're hitting 185 over the last 2 weeks, 212 over the last week. We saw New York get the job done yesterday. Give me the Mets at minus 120 to get the job done today. I love this spot for them. Their bullpen's been absolute nails. It's the best bullpen in baseball right now. Twins bullpen's not terrible. It's a top 15 bullpen, but we're talking about the best bullpen. Splits for O'Bear don't look great. 316 average to lefties. You know, guys like Lindor, Soto, Pete, all those guys should be able to rake off of him. 286 average to righties. We go to McGill, 158 to lefties, 229 to righties. The only thing that scares me, both of these guys give up hard hits. Ober's 55% hard hit percentage, 93 exit velo. McGill, 45% hard hit. So you could look at the over in this one too. It's over 8. We're going to have the wind blowing out, mid-humidity, mid-pressure, going to be about 50 degrees. So if you're on the Twins, just take the over. Or you get Twins at plus 100 if you really believe in Bailey Ober. The only thing that scares me is runners in scoring position. The Mets have not been great. Hitting 170, like 171, 172 on the season. Whereas Twins have definitely been better on the season, but over the last week, they've been terrible too. They're hitting 200. So give me the Mets in this one. I love the spot. I think we're getting great value at minus 120 to take a team. That's just significantly better. I mean, we're talking about a Twins team that is, they're just not good on the year. So this line kind of baffles me a little bit. It's like a trappy line, but if it's a trap, I'm in. I am in on this line. Yeah, I mean, you got a Twins team that's 5-12 going up against a team that's 11-5. Mets have a winning record on the road. Twins are 2-5 at home. I just can't put my finger on this game. Okay. Oh, I can. It's Mets money line. All right, next game going to be Astros and the Cardinals. Hunter Brown, Eric Fetty. I'm gonna speed up through some of this so we can get through this, but this is a tough one for me. I would lean Astros at -135 with Hunter Brown on the bump. Fetty, you just don't really know what you're going to get from him. Do I trust the Astros bats? Not really. St. Louis came out hot early. I will tell you the pitch mix looks pretty good for them. They hit the fastball well. They hit the changeup well. Those are two primary pitches for Hunter Brown, but I think we're going to see this series kind of flip-flop back and forth, and I don't trust this Cardinals bullpen. So give me the Astros -135 on the money line. Next game, Angels and the Rangers. You say Kikuchi going up against Tyler Mahle. Now, Mahle hasn't been officially announced, but it's his spot in the order. I assume he's going to pitch. Assuming that, I don't think we're going to see the roof close. I think we're going to have the roof open. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be 73 degrees, low humidity, but we are going to have high pressure, about a 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing out or blowing in from right field. So that could affect the over-under. Yeah, this is a Ranger spot for me. As long as Mahle's pitching, I can get behind that. I know the Angels have been killing it, but I just don't know if I can get behind Kikuchi, if to be honest. And Rangers have been hitting lefties pretty well over the last 2 weeks, over the last week. So, yeah, Kikuchi, it's just kind of right back to where I just don't know if I can trust him. So Rangers are pass for me in this one, but no official play. Shota Imanaga and Randy Vasquez going up against each other. Shota, good start to the season, 2.70 ERA. Randy Vasquez is actually got a 1.72 ERA. That said, he just pitched in Wrigley when it was like 30-mile-an-hour winds blowing in. Good game. I don't trust the Cubs enough to take -142 against the Padres at home. Padres at home are 11-0, by the way. They have not lost a game, so I'm not going to fade a team that's unbeaten at home, even with Vasquez on the mound. I would take the over 7.5 or Padres at +120. So that's where your value's at. Just don't know if I can get behind Randy Vasquez. Regression is coming in a major way for this guy. He's got an expected ERA of 6.38. So definitely could happen today, but am I paying -142 to fade a team that's 11-0 at home? No. Last game on the card today, Rockies and the Dodgers. Ryan Feltner going up against Landon Knack. Knack's not somebody I can trust. We saw his last game against the Nats. They absolutely started rocking him. So he's got a 6.15 ERA, expected ERA at 10.38. Going up against Feltner. Feltner's not been bad against this team. So I can't pay -325 for the Dodgers. That's just freaking ludicrous with Landon Knack on the mound. So no play for me in this one whatsoever. Dodgers run line, like you're still only getting -140 to take Dodgers. The values on taking Colorado +1.5, Colorado team total over, full game total over. It's going to be 60 degrees. The wind's going to be blowing out a little bit, but there is just no value in taking this Dodgers team today. Unless you're taking a win by like 4. All right, let's get into our best bets. Get you guys on your way. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, all that good stuff. All right, first play on the card today is going to be Reds first 5. Just isolating Lodolo and Castillo. Reds have been hitting righties okay, and Mariners have not been able to hit lefties, so just doing that. Cleveland, Baltimore over 8.5. Just two terrible pitchers. Should get some runs. Phillies race to 4. This is just matching Luzardo versus Verlander. I know Giants have been absolutely scorching hot with the sticks, but I think the Phillies can at least get there first. Give me the Tigers money line, just ridiculous. Jack Flaherty and Quinn Priester, it's an absurd matchup. Detroit bullpen's better. Offense is better. Mets money line, McGill versus Obear. Again, pitching matchup. Best bullpen with the Mets. I don't get that line. Marlins first 5 +0.5. We're trusting the fish here. I don't trust the fish often, but we're trusting them against Merrill Kelly. I like the first 3-4 hitters for this Marlins team, so I think they can get out early and get some runs. And then last play on the card, we're going to take Jordan Westburg for the Orioles to get an RBI. So that's at +155. Just going to be a half-unit play, but I do think he's got a great spot to get a ribby today for us. So those are the 7 best bets I have for today. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video.